evening, beautiful people. It's Fatima Tahir Abdullah here to bring you this new reality talk show titled Let's Talk Reality. Today we have the beautiful Khadija Mbata, popularly known as Didi's Bakins, to talk to us through the topic marriage, not the almighty validation of the northern lady. If you're in Kano, you love cake and you haven't tasted Didi's Bakins cakes, you don't love cake at all. Khadija, welcome.
Good evening, Fatima. How are you?
How are you?
Good evening, beautiful people. I hope you all are doing fine.
Okay, beautiful. So briefly, take us through talk to us a little bit about you.
I'm Khadija Yusuf Dambata, popularly known as Didi's Bakins. Like, people know me generally more with my baking business,
Okay.
but I do a lot more. Like,
Okay.
I can say I'm a serial entrepreneur,
Okay.
and I'm an activist. So I think talking about this and is going to be really an interesting topic for me to just.
So what has it been like, your entrepreneurship journey? What are some of the hurdles you have to overcome and all that?
I just don't know what you're talking. Are you talking about the entrepreneurship itself, or how the challenges you have had?
And
Okay. okay.
when you started cake business very early, one of the pioneers in Kano.
Yes.
So I'm sure as a woman, when you started, there were challenges you had being a woman.
There
and
were
all
a
that.
lot of challenges, and I'm telling you, like, it's always coming more. Like, instead of it to be reducing,
It's
it's always increasing. So, like, I think I started because it was actually my passion.
Okay.
Not like
So you weren't taught? You're self-taught?
I was a self-taught baker. I actually did my first baking class after I opened my shop in Kano.
Okay.
I think I was the first person that opened a baking shop in Kano. So, like, it actually started as a passion, you know. So you can imagine at that very time, like, it's something you want to do and it's something you're willing to go through no matter what. So whatever it is, you might not just be looking around. Like, you can easily block your eyes. Imagine you want something, you like something, you want to do it, so you don't care about what is coming up. So, but like, I realized as you're becoming more well-known and as you're becoming more perfect with it, more good with it, people are getting to know you. So there are a lot of challenges that usually come. Like, okay, why would she, like, for me to have a shop, why would why would I don't know, like,
as a female,
it's even more accurate for people to see somebody working, going to office each and every day than for you as
to be
somebody
a self-employed person.
Yes, as an entrepreneur, for me to be like going out every day to go to my shop and come back.
Exactly.
I don't know whether you get my point. So it actually happens to be like, something like a taboo. Why would she be going out all the time? Why would she? Yes, as a female house lady, not married. You know, I was once married and I'm a divorcee. So, like, people will be like, okay, why would she be going out all the time, every day? And sometimes she won't even be back maybe till Maghrib or something like that, because you can imagine it's a business. It's something that you have to do with your hands.
And
it's
it
not
was
like
pretty new. Because you're probably one of the first few females that started
I was.
And if you were a guy, it would have been different.
Yes, of course it would have been different, definitely. So, but like, you know, eventually you have to grow that thick skin. But despite the thick skin, still there are more challenges that will be coming. Okay, like, why would you be doing this? Why would you be going out every day? Why would you be interacting with people? Who is going to marry you? Why would you be on TV? Why would you be popular? You know, that kind of thing. Because, like, I actually engage myself in everything. Like, everything that I know I'm going to benefit from.
I have seen a lot of your videos where you talk probably to students.
I do that. And, like, forget it, that one, somebody is even doing it with caution. There are things that sometimes you literally want to talk, but you don't want people.
Societal.
Societal things coming on you. Still, the way I am, people think, like, I usually received a lot of calls from other men. Why are you brainwashing all these ladies? Why are you doing this? Why are you telling them? Because what you are doing.
What is one of the topics you've talked about that you received that kind of call?
Literally, I think it's even not so really that
serious.
Yes, serious. I was really talking about, okay, why would a guy think he's too busy for you or something like that? I don't know whether you get my point. Okay, you have to get all the attention. You have to get, if you're important to somebody, that person.
It will always
so you can imagine, just because of that little thing. Like someone even called my boyfriend at that time, this your girlfriend is doing this, and
wani ma zai iya cewa ba matar aure bace, ba za ta yi maka biyayya.
Yeah, that was exactly the point. Can you control
your
her?
Mind.
Can you control her? I always
She's
get
used
that.
to going out.
I always get that. People used to always talk about Kai, Bazaka, yeah, baba, this girl, you can't control her. She's this. So, and there's one thing about people, they believe you can't just be, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to use this word. It's not like literally I am owning it, but they'll be like, why would you can't be beautiful and try to survive on your own, be independent, handle yourself.
You always have to depend
on
a man.
Yes, you have to depend on a man. Like, I don't see no reason why I don't even depend on my parents, talk less of a man.
And the truth is, this dependency on men is exactly why they act the way they act. I believe it personally contributes to the high divorce cases we have.
Of course.
Bani.
Yeah,
you don't have your own.
It's supposed to be like a good thing for you to say your wife is either working, your wife is either doing a business or something like that. Literally, if she didn't even give you the money,
she's using
70% or 80% is going to go to your children.
Exactly.
And like, she can't even, like, she has to do something for your family.
Exactly.
Like, without you even knowing. But like, men usually find it, okay, Kai, why would she be doing that? Yes, I told somebody I'm going to go back for my second message, and it was like, came a problem. What is your problem? What are you looking for in this life? So you can imagine, it's like, okay, he thinks me going back to school again after being all this, after standing up for myself, so it's going to be a lot worse than before.
And I believe even if you're married, there are things that kana so kai wa iyayenka that you don't have to tell you bani zan yi wa uwata, bani zan yi wa babana. You should be able to do it on
yourself,
your own. Because yes, you're married with your husband and all, but privacy is something.
It's something.
There are things that you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want your husband to know all the time.
And you wouldn't want to go and tell him every day, okay, my mom is having such kind of problem. Like, you wouldn't want to talk about. Literally, there are
your
things
siblings,
that
family, your family and all that, but still, privacy is
I don't know what
key.
Really our society usually thinks of.
So what do you think we can do to change this narrative of mace in tana business ko tana karatu ko tana aiki ba za ta samu miji da wuri ba?
To be sincere, it has to start with our parents. Like, with our parents. Or I should say maybe our parents are another different generation, then we have to.
Our parents also are concerned about me mutane za su ci.
Exactly my point.
That is the problem.
Exactly my point.
So the problem is the society and then the parents, because the parents are always like me mutane za su ce mun sake ki sakaka. So did you have that kind of experience when you first started your business where your parents had doubts?
Yes, particularly my dad. We had a series of cases, me and him just. It was just easy because me and him are best friends. We literally talk about stuff one in one. But still, he has one. But when I realized he was all doing it because of what people might say, or what people do come to him.
Exactly, it's always like that at the end of the day.
Because of what people do come to him and say. So I now find a way to make peace with that all the time. I can tell you, it's never going to be easy, because it will never be easy, no matter how strong or how thick skin you have grown. So it's always going to get to you at a point in life.
There are women that actually say, okay, they're done with school, they want to pursue a career, but they won't apply for jobs, they won't start businesses of their own because what would you say to those kind of people?
Wallahi, it's not a good idea. Like, you have to just
putting your life on hold.
Yeah, exactly, my dear. For me, like, I think at this level of life,
and Nigeria particularly,
everything. So I don't see myself even marrying somebody that would even jokingly mention, are you going to continue your business if we are married? I think that person,
question marks, red flags.
A big turn off for me. What I usually put it in their head is like, okay, I'm an entrepreneur, because like right now I can be 3 weeks away from my place of business and everything will go intact. I don't know whether you get my point. So I usually put it in their head that I might also be working. You know, I might also be working. So I don't want you to put it at the back of your mind, okay, she won't do this, she won't do this. You said you're not going to do this. I believe if you want to be with someone, you have to accept them just the way they are.
Unconditionally.
Yeah, well, plus, like, we women, we are really strong. And yes, I know we have to be under men and everything. It's very normal.
No joke.
Yes, yeah. It's something that we have to do in both ways, both religion aspect and both normal aspect. You just have to depend. We have that emotional dependency on men. It's very normal and it has to happen, no matter how you're trying to prove I'm strong, I'm this,
and no matter the level of success one has.
But then you just have to have one independency code because, like, okay, you can easily change a thing. We women, we always change narratives, which men can hardly do that. Like, but in a blink of an eye, something might happen with your children or something like that. But like you said, lokacin da wani ideas is but like you said, when you are going to find a way to provide and take away that problem. But for a guy, he might literally enter a lot of confusion moments, like he might easily shut down. Kingani trying to find a way out. But matter, we hardly do that. So I think that's not also even an option for you.
People need to understand that there are times where your husband might be in job crisis, where he doesn't have a job. So you as a woman, when you have the job, it's more like you will be a support for the family, compared to actually shutting down.
Of course.
And then the inevitable will you go back to your parents' house?
I say that.
Will you go back to your parents' house?
Even if you're back to your parents' house, like you have to, you just have to be taking care of your kids.
Exactly. You can't just come back with your kids and expect your parents to do everything.
No.
And there are guys that are scared of independent women. Why do you think that is so?
I just don't know. Like, independence, or particularly, let me use the word feminist to our society men now.
You know, when you say you're a feminist, they will come for you.
Yeah, well, they will definitely. But I don't even see myself as a feminist.
Yeah.
You know, because like, okay, I have that emotional dependency on men, especially somebody I love.
Definitely.
You know,
definitely.
Like I'm really soft. If I love you, I can literally be.
I'm like you.
You know,
I'm like you. Totally a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, wow, you get the point.
Yeah.
So, but sincerely speaking, like, men has to buckle up, I think, and believe just because a woman wants to be independent, just because she wants to do something and earn her living,
her own money.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean she is not going to respect you.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean you can't control her.
That doesn't mean she's not a marriage material.
Of course. So and like, just because a woman is outspoken doesn't mean she's because mostly feminists come with she's outspoken.
Yeah, as a woman,
if
you shouldn't talk.
Yeah,
as a woman, you shouldn't talk. You should suffer in silence.
It's not possible.
Like, I saw this recent post of a guy who said he slapped his wife and she reported him, and he was angry at the fact that he slapped or he beat her, and then she had the guts to report him. And he had the freaking guts to come to social media and complain that his wife reported him because he beat her up.
And he was saying it
with his full chest.
So you can imagine.
Imagine.
What if it's a lady saying exactly
the same thing?
So you can imagine. Like, she can't even dare do that.
She can't dare do that.
She has to, like, provide all the lies so that she prevents people from getting out on her.
Exactly. So it's really something that our society needs.
That's why I believe a woman should be independent and a woman should be outspoken. You should be able to talk. You should be able to talk about what you feel.
Depression is on the increase. Depression is on the increase and all that.
Like,
I'm not trying to justify what some women do, but some of the things women do is actually a build-up of depression that have been in them over the years.
Yeah, because they're always afraid to talk.
You can't talk because you're a woman. What if you're a woman? You're a human being. You're a human being. So it's so sad that this is particularly peculiar to our society. It's really, really so sad. And again, women should what do you think, like, for example, a man marries a woman and then he gives her the ultimatum: either you quit working. He doesn't tell her that before the marriage. Then after the marriage, either you quit working or I let you go.
I'll definitely go.
No, because it's a difficult decision, but
at this level,
you shouldn't be giving me ultimatums.
Yes, at this level, at this age, with all the things I've gone through in my life, I'll let go of you.
Why do you think you would?
Because like, I don't even see me for somebody to do that for you, definitely he's going to make life miserable for you.
Definitely.
You know, like for somebody to even give you an ultimatum in the first place.
Yeah,
well, that person is going to make your life miserable. So I don't even think it's an option for me. So like I can't even, okay, you can imagine he can just come back the next day and say it's either you should not, let's say assume you have something, you have siblings, or you have a mother, or something might be happening in your home or something like that. That person can easily tell you don't go, maybe they're in a situation of emergency or something like that. He can brainwashing. Yeah, he can tell you if you go kintepe yeah, so literally what's
exactly at the end of the day,
I think talking about that hopeless romantic, if somebody wants me to stop doing my business, like okay, and I like the person, maybe I think okay, we have a very good understanding, that person can literally come to me, we sit, we talk, we find an option. Okay, let's assume he's being jealous, he don't want me to be going out, he don't want people to be seeing me, you know, there are people like that. And if you love somebody, actually there's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
Okay, we can sit, we can talk about it, we can bring an option. Okay, you don't want me to be going out, okay, what do you think we should do? We can bring about something, because there are a lot of things that you can do without even going out.
Exactly, you can work from home.
Yes, you can work from home. You either find a way for me to work from home, or
you have staff.
Yes,
he employs staff
of course. Or maybe okay, let's assume we can bring back, if it's a cake business I was doing in a shop, we can bring back the cake business inside my house. Then I'll have people working for me that will be going out and be delivering without anybody seeing me, without me being involved with anybody. We can just work out things. You can make some adjustment. Compromise is real.
Exactly.
Is real.
That's the whole point of relationship.
Yeah, but I just don't see you coming to tell me it's either you
cake or you
or me. Nigga, I'm going.
She said, nigga, I'm going. So what advice would you give to people that are struggling with this kind of mentality of chewa? If you're working or if you're a business person, it lowers your chances of getting a man that is willing and ready to settle with you.
Yes, Kyoko, I've spoken to I've had an experience of being with a lot of influential and strong men, and men that suke the hankali, as in people that know exactly what they're doing. And I can tell you 80 to 90% their perception is not really like that. So usually I used to wonder, where does such kind of people come from?
Some people are probably low level of education, and some are just natural extremists.
It's just ignorance.
Ignorance and natural extremists. They just see everything as Islam. And truly, Kona na Khadija, she was a businesswoman,
of course,
and it didn't stop her from getting married. So what's their point exactly is what I keep wondering. What's their point exactly?
And Kuma, like, the problem is mostly, I think it usually comes from women. You'll be like, okay, why would you marry her? I don't know. Mothers, sisters. Siblings, sometimes the problem usually revolves around us.
A woman's greatest problem is a woman.
I had experience, like 2 times experience, whereby the mother and the sister were like, why would you marry her? She is too like open, she's too outspoken.
Exposed. Use the word exposed.
You can't control her, you can't do this.
She can't raise your kids, she's always on the
go. I always think about this. What if situation turned around? His sister got divorced and someone wants to marry her, then the mother will now, how would they feel? Like, would they really feel bad?
I heard something similar to that. Actually, when a man treats his wife right, he will say tamai asiri, tamalakeshi, and it's mostly the husband's side.
So you see, that revolves around us.
Yes, and then if it is one of their own, that's I santa yake, but santa yake, amma in dan sa akai wa zasu ce
they will feel bad.
Asiri ne. So as you said, what goes around just
comes around. So sometimes it revolves around us. For the men that usually sees things as that, I think Wanang is just their own personal ignorance.
But do you
assumption of life.
It's particularly true more to yan kasuwa, maza yan kasuwa.
I've seen a lot of them. Didi, yanzu muka aure zaki cika da zuwa shop na ce na'am. Literally,
no, it's mostly no offense, but it's true. mostly yan
za su ci gaba da
kasuwa
zuwa a lokacin na sa mishi X, because I don't even see me and him working out. That is not even the way he is supposed to reach
before
me
you go and start catching feelings. And then
like I'm not even supposed to do one long explanation. I'm going to compromise, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But like educated men, I'm sorry, educated men, people that are educated and they know what they're doing, like they'll be like, okay, I have someone that is always telling me I don't want housewife, I want independent wife.
My husband says that all the time.
Yes, so far as you're going to do the right thing, I just want a busy wife. I want her to be busy. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm not going to do my responsibilities
as a husband.
Yes, I'll do my responsibilities.
Your money is not my money.
But I want to see her doing well, and I'm going to support all that.
And men need to understand that just because a woman is working, it doesn't mean, as you said, she's going to respect you any less. Because I had a case of Rukaya Rufai or something like that, former Minister of Education. She was in a meeting. I think her husband was retired. She was in a meeting. Her husband came. He was waiting for hours, and then I think they had a break. So she came out to pray, and she saw her husband waiting. So she asked the secretary why her husband was waiting. And she said because she was in a meeting and she didn't want to disturb her. She turned and said, long before I had this job, my husband was there for me. And long after this job is gone, my husband will still be there for me. So yeah, when men say a woman would disrespect you, I don't understand. Like,
I think that depends on the woman, the way you even started from the beginning.
Yes.
That depends on the way you people are living your life.
And that the kind of woman you marry, what the power or success wouldn't get to her head.
And it depends on how you're even treating her. Like, we have one weakness, no matter. I'm not just depending on us all the time. Yes, we have our things too, but we have one weakness in that we always
reciprocate what is given to us.
If somebody respects you,
you respect them 2 times back.
There is no reason why you wouldn't want to respect that person back.
So I guess men really need to know that, and the whole society, we have a lot to do.
Yes, the whole society should know that being independent, being outspoken shouldn't even be a problem.
And you can be married, you can be independent and outspoken all at the same time.
And it will turn out amazing.
Yeah.
It will turn out amazing.
So what advice would you give to guys that have this kind of mentality? And what advice would you give to women who are striving to be entrepreneurs, who are not waiting around for a guy to come and swoop them off their feet?
Keskia, I don't even think it's an option for you to keep waiting. I think you're stopping your life yourself.
And you don't even know when the marriage is coming.
Yes, you don't even know when the marriage is coming. So I think it's high time. You might even end up dying without being married.
Yes, it's an inevitable thing.
Yes, it's very, very possible. How many people?
And there are many ways to Jannah actually. You don't know, maybe that works.
Of course, there are many ways to Al-Jannah. You can do a lot of things. You can adopt a child, secure that child.
Masu kuɗi suna da more opportunity of yin alkhairi da zai kai sa aljanna akan marasa kuɗi. So go get your own money. Yes. Stop waiting around for a guy to just...
People will be like, money is the root of all
evil.
No, it is not. Money just show exactly the kind of person you are. It brings out the person.
The true you.
Yes, it brings out the person you are. So get out. If you are having problem with your parents, don't get tired of convincing them. Pray, convince them, tell them sweet words. I don't know whether you get my point. There's this thing that my aunt always say, in kasa abinda zakai, as in ba wannan zakai, but even if people are against it, in kasa ba you're not going to do the wrong thing, do it after doing that thing. After maybe you have succeeded in doing that thing, people will now
accept you.
They will accept. They will now see exactly what you were trying to do. So I don't think it's an option for you to keep waiting. I'm waiting to have a husband first. What if that husband will not appear? What if the husband appear and be like, okay, you're not going to do that because that's not what he sees you with. I believe your husband should find you with exactly what you are capable of or what you want to do. And that person should accept you like that. And that would even be an easy way for you to continue that thing, because that person knows, okay, I find her doing this thing. It's either we make some adjustments or like I push her to be bigger and stuff like that.
I think most educated
and for men, I want them to know, like, just because we're independent, just because we're outspoken doesn't mean we can't be controlled. you can put your...
Actually, we make the best wives.
Of course, like...
Yeah, because when your husband hurts you, you will tell him.
We even make, like, forget about husband getting to husband. If the actual real people we dated will tell the truth, they will know. We make the best as in relationship partners, because that you get, they will always end up coming back. But because of something they have in their head.
There's this guy I know. He got married to, I think he married once. He married a graduate once. They had issues. They had to go their separate ways, and then people attributed those issues to having a graduate and all that, even though she wasn't watching. Then the next time he met another lady, he made sure it was somebody that had just graduated from secondary school. Now the issues he's having is,
it turned out worst.
Yes, because he cannot go out with her to like with his friends and their wives. He cannot go out with her because he feels ashamed. Number one, she doesn't have the exposure. She doesn't have the knowledge. Number two, she's always like,
forget about it, she's always
so
like
she's
this.
And she's not romantic. There are things that
and she can easily be influenced. Yes, she can easily be influenced by other people. Might easily change her mind. Like somebody might easily come to her, okay, why would you allow him? And she will do it 1001% without any. But like, okay, a grown up like me who will come and tell me, even an auntie, even my mother, she can come to me, okay, because I'll just listen to her. If she goes out
at the end of the day,
should I? No, but it's true.
Yeah, but it's
at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I think is going to be good for me.
So I have seen two guys like that they got married and then they regretted it because they want independent women. They want women that are outspoken. Because even in offices, they'll be like, my wife did this, my wife did that. You should see how my husband talks about me. My wife is this, that enthusiasm. So I'm sure those that are around him would want their own wives to do something like that. Try get up on your feet and do something rather than just always waiting for your husband to give you, your husband to
for men with that kind of mentality, I don't even know where they're coming. It's just their personal ignorance, perception of life, and they have to.
And maybe where they come from.
Yes.
When you come from a large family of illiterates, sorry to say, it's very, very typical. Yeah. So what final words would you say? What final advice would you give to people who don't have a job yet, but they are looking to empower themselves through entrepreneurship like you did for yourself and all that?
What I always say is like find something in the first place. If you want to be all this if you want to enter all this entrepreneurship stuff, like try and possibly get what you have strong passion for. Because that is the only way for you to succeed,
and it's to keep you going.
If not, if you're going to choose what you want to do based on what somebody is doing or based on what you think somebody is doing and it's making, so you're just going to keep changing your stuff. So like you have to look for something you strongly have passion for, no matter the failure, because there are failures. Like there is no perfection in entrepreneurship. Yes, no perfection in entrepreneurship. Then you make entrepreneurship that in shikadani. It's just the fact that
people look at you and she's made it. Without knowing how you made it, she's made it.
They don't even know for how long you have been struggling, Kingani. They don't even know. I was just talking to a friend like he might even listen to this along the line. We were talking about exactly this yesterday. He's into real business. Like he has been doing this for the past, I can say 18 if not 20 years. He has done a lot of things. He has something like a restaurant. He's into real business and everything, but he was telling me exactly how things used to be. He was telling me like he could just wake up one day. He has this business that he has been pursuing for like 4 to 5 years, but he was telling me up till now he's struggling with it. Every time he usually brings money from his own pocket to add up to that business. But like he knew like it's going to take him. He has passion for it. He wanted that to work, so he knew somebody I know wants to do that. Yes, he knew Chewa it's going to work for him and all. So I don't think it's an option for you to just go for something just because Galleria is good with his camera. Then you'll be like, okay,
I want to be like Galleria. I want to be popular. I want people to know me.
You don't know.
I want women to be dancing around me.
Like we might not even dance if we see the camera.
Yes, like, yes.
No, but like sincerely speaking, you have to make sure it's something you're want to do. You're good at, and you won't get tired of. Wallahi, I've had a lot of series of ups and downs with this cake business. And
at some point, maybe you even felt like giving up.
So many times I might just be like, okay, kai ni bazan ma kara ba na gaji, amma wallahi gobe zaki gani a gaban ku. Because I literally want to find somewhere I was like, okay, I can be this, I can do that.
To hide our flower because of me.
Like it started way right from when I was in secondary school. Ni ma haka nake in kwaba madara, in kwaba me ni, a dake ni ai me boy. Still, yawa, I still had to do it. Kuma, like the way I started, I just started with collecting. I'm just eager to see that I want a family meeting. Then I'm eager to enter kitchen. My part is just to go and do the
even if
cake.
You not gain anything.
Yeah, well, I just want to see people's reaction. I'll just be watching everybody while eating the cake because, like, okay, I did this, so I want to see what exactly you're thinking about it. So that was how it started, and just get their ups and downs.
So it was beautiful having you here. Thank you so much for this amazing lesson. For taking us through your experiences and also for discussing this topic in depth. We hope you come here again when we invite you.
Yeah,
so guys,
definitely.
This is the end of our discussion with the beautiful Khadija Dambata, popularly known as Ladies Bakings. We'll see you next time on another episode. Follow us on our social media handles, Northern Marriages Blog, Galleria Films, and also subscribe to our YouTube channels. Tag, post, send who you want to see next, and everything in between. See you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you.